substitutions by Mike Holmgren, as that's countered by Shanahan on the near sidelines. It's officially the 11-yard line. That's only statistically official, although the ball is almost tickling the 10 because they could get a first down. 17-7, the Broncos. Green Bay trying to cut it to 3 at the half. Into the end zone, incomplete from behind Robert Brooks.
You know, Phil, did Brooks run the wrong route? Because that ball, he was open.
Well, Brooks was open, or there was a spot in the middle of the field. Brett Favre saw it, but watch Robert Brooks at the top. Here's his route. Brett Favre sees the middle of the field wide open.
Here comes.
He's throwing to the open spot. But Robert Brooks, he's doing what he's supposed to. Run to the outside. The defenders are there.
Jeff Thomason, a second tight end, enters for Green Bay. 16th play of the drive. Remember, this started back at the 5-yard line on the ruined punt. And that's no play. False start, I believe. Jeff Thomason.
Number 83, he is another tight end in the game, and he's off the line of scrimmage. And again, once you get set, you can't move. This play was stopped before.
The ball was snapped. False start by the offense, number 89. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
It's not 89. It's 83.
And that's Thomason.
Thomason is the guy. He's on the end of the line. You're going to see him right here. Watch him move forward. Watch. Boom. That's it. Romanowski calls it. Officials call it.
Well, it was a good thing. Denver comes with the blitz. Green Bay does not pick it up. It would have been a negative play for Green Bay that time.
Only the 4th penalty of the game, as you can see. So back to the 15-yard line. The ball is spotted with 54 seconds left in the half. Second down. Guns it complete to the 6-yard line as Robert Brooks makes the catch. Ray Crockett, the defender. 3rd down.
Still plenty of time. In fact, now really take your time. You got a chance to maybe get a first down, but try to score it. If you don't, you leave no time for Denver to run a 2-minute offense at the end of the first half.
They're going to have to go to the 2-inch line to get a first down.
They brought in the Thomason again, the tight end. It took out Brooks.
23 seconds left. Throwing to the end zone. Touchdown! A leaping catch by Mark Chimura. The Amigos have struck with 12 seconds left in the half. Perfectly thrown ball by Favre. He just parachuted that over the defender and into the arms of the tight end. Ryan Longwell, the rookie from California, adds the extra point. 95 yards in 17 plays. It took a half of the quarter, 7 minutes, 26 seconds, and the payoff 6 yards far to Chimura.
Green Bay, good deception. What they do, they condense the formation. They put Robert Brooks in motion. Watch the tight end Chimura come out, get in the back of the end zone. Denver does not adjust well. Brett Favre, such a strong arm, but this is why he's the MVP 3 straight years, able to make that wonderful touch throw right over the top of Tyrone Braxton for the touchdown.
Well, you look at Braxton now. When Braxton's back, he goes up in the air, but he doesn't get enough depth. He has to get back. He sees Chimura going behind him. You've just got to run to the offensive receiver.
But we're talking about a manicure difference between knocking that one away and a touchdown. So Chimura with a touchdown, 17-14, and just seconds for this kick. Undoubtedly, he'll just be scooted down by Longwell, not allowing a return. He lines it into the wedge, speared by Byron Chamberlain, or Steve Burns rather, the linebacker, and he returns to the 41-yard line Clock stopped on change of possession, 6 seconds, and a reminder to stay tuned at the half for the Royal Caribbean halftime show. Greg Gumbel and company along to provide some first half analysis. There'll be a Motown special that features Smokey Robinson, Boys to Men, and other great musical acts. That's all coming up at halftime. Mr. MVP Favre on that scoring drive, 9 of 13, 74 yards, very patiently taking his team down the field. He's 13 for 19 in the half, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. It appears Elway's going to take the kneel down, and that'll be it for the half. And so one of the more interesting first halves in a long time. Super Bowls. 17-14. Green Bay struck first. 17 unanswered points by the Denver Broncos. 2 turnovers, Favre an interception and a fumble, and then Favre taking his team 95 yards to make it close. 17-14. We'll join Greg Gumbel here in San Diego after a message from the NFL and a word.
No, Greg Gumbel, I'm afraid you're joining us. Dick Enberg's just said everything I was going to say. The Packers started the half well, and they finished it well, didn't they?
They sure did. A 95-yard drive with some clutch key plays along the way. You saw why that guy's the MVP during that drive. Big play was Denver's penalty that killed their drive.
Let's go back to the start, though. Freeman had a huge opening drive for Green Bay, Mark.
Well, he's been doing it all through the game. Great catches, and he really is getting wrapped when he catches the ball and hanging on. That's great courage for a receiver.
A good job of getting his second foot down in bounds.
This is the touchdown, their first drive, and Antonio Freeman on the receiving end of that.
And Kevin, Denver replied on the ground with Terrell Davis.
Absolutely. He was running the ball very well. They were opening.
Welcome back to San Diego. The smoke. Welcome back to San Diego. The smoke's clearing here from the halftime show, and the Broncos will start the second half with a 17-14 lead over the Packers. But I've got to think that the last man John Elway wanted to see when he went out for the coin toss before the game was the man who beat him the last time the Super Bowl was here, Doug Williams, former quarterback of the Washington Redskins. Doug, thanks for joining us. The Broncos took a 10-0 lead over you in that game. Then you had the most phenomenal second quarter in history.
Well, I think we was blessed, number one. I think my offensive line and the wide receivers did a heck of a job. And Timmy Smith came out of nowhere and pretty much dominated the football game. But I think the difference in the football game was the people in the trenches, and that's the offensive line and our defensive line.
You were the first black quarterback to go to the Super Bowl. You won it. Did you really appreciate the significance of that and what it might mean to black people around the country at the time?
Not really. Coach Robinson, who's here today, one thing he told me after that game, he said, you don't even understand the impact of that football game. And I think now, 10 years later, I matured a little bit, got a little older, and with the kids growing up and everything and your family, I think you learn to appreciate it a lot more.
Now, you beat Elway 10 years ago. He's coming towards the end of his career. He's never won one. Have you got a bit of sympathy for him?
Well, the good thing about this whole matchup, and I think we all see it, is the fact that you got 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league playing today, and I think that's the way it should be. And, I know both of them. I know Brett. He's close to my hometown, and I don't think it would be fair for me playing in the NFC to say I'm for Denver. But at the same time, out of respect for Elway, I'm not going to say I'm for Brett. I think my seat that I sit in now is a great seat, is to watch both of them play.
Now, you mentioned Coach Robinson there. A lot of people back in Great Britain probably won't know who Coach Robinson is, but you are taking over the head coaching job next season at Grambling University from the greatest college coach ever.
Well, you're looking at a situation for a young man that coached for 57 years at one institution, something that I don't think would ever happen again in life. A lot of people are asking me, am I going to fill Coach Robinson's shoes? And I always say there's nowhere you can fill a man like that shoes. What you do is simply bronze his shoes, put them on the side, or put them on the pedestal, and put your own shoes up on it, because it's a whole different era.
All right, let's bring our 2 other guests back in now. What are you expecting, Marv, to see in the second half? It's still pretty tight.
A lot depends on whether Terrell Davis is going to be healthy to play. I think Denver's in real trouble if he can't. They have to be able to run the ball. That last touchdown for Green Bay was a big, big factor to bolster their confidence. And I think even though they trail by 3 at this point, that they're a little bit in charge now.
Put some pressure on him. Sometimes he's going to get one on you, but I keep coming.
Well, the first opportunity in the second half will be for the Green Bay defense to get after John Elway, because as you can see, the Packers have kicked off, and the Broncos will have the ball to start the second half.
I spoke to Mike Shanahan as he came out of the locker room. He said Terrell Davis will play in the second half. Then I had Terrell Davis come by as he was running out. He said he felt much better here. He got some treatment at halftime. He's going to try and play in the second half and feels he can be effective. Dick?
Well, you can see the importance of this man to the Denver offense. Gained 1,750 yards, just 10 yards shy of a mile in the regular season, and had the big opening quarter, then on the sideline second period. Elway starts from the 23. And it's Davis. You can just see the power, and he fumbled the ball, and a scramble. Who's got it? Green Bay says they do, and that is the call. Packers ball. The first turnover by the Broncos on the first play of the second half. Davis doesn't fumble often.
Well, he doesn't, and they run their favorite running play. It's a pitch to Terrell Davis left. He's been sitting down on the bench for a long time. What happens? Green Bay comes in, they reach in, pull the ball away from him.
Brian Williams, actually, his arm, look at number 51. His arm comes back and hits the ball. That started the fumble of Terrell.
Yeah, Leroy Butler was in there as well. Tyrone Williams recovered the ball. First down at the 26. Packers hand off to Levens. He almost lost it and was able to re-clutch at the 26-yard line. Tackled by Mobley and Aldridge.
Well, we talked about the defenses and the way they're firing off the ball. Both defenses are playing extremely well. Look at how far upfield they're getting. And right there, you see Mobley just grabs onto Levens and feet, brings him down. Mobley is there along with Aldridge.
This was more the action of Levens carrying that ball high and away. It looked like he was about to kick it forward. Second and 10. Favre changes plays at the line of scrimmage. Pumps and throws. Shot at a pick.
Well, Steve Atwater back in the middle of the field. Brett Favre changes the play. He sees the blitz. They're going to do a pump and go, try to go deep. Atwater not fooled at all. He's just reading Brett Favre. I guess he's trying to look where he's going to run with the ball once he intercepts it. Doesn't concentrate, and he drops an easy one.
You know, as Robert Brooks just looking at his eyes, he looked helpless because he knew he couldn't get to the ball to even knock it down, and then Atwater just drops it.
Atwater forced the fumble on a big hit of Favre in the opening half that set up a score. Third down. Favre, deep drop, screen play. Levens is drilled at the 20, shy of the first down by 4 yards as Mobley and Alfred Williams read it well. Fourth down, and on comes Ryan Longwell in the field goal unit for the Packers. Longwell, an interesting story. He was picked up by the 49ers as a free agent out of California, his home Bend, Oregon, and then cut. And Green Bay picked him up as support for Brett Conway, and Conway never played in the regular season. Longwell did. 39 yards to tie it up. Flag is down, and the kick is good. Now, against whom is this penalty?
It's against Denver. Alfred Williams, number 91.
That would be a first down if they elect to take the penalty, or do you take the 3 and the tie?
Well, you're going to get a first down is what's going to happen if Denver's offside.
Offside by the defensive left guard. It's a 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down. The field goal does not count.
The one thing you cannot do, look inside. He jumps. Anytime you're kicking a field goal, the offense, on defense, if it's 4th or 5 and less, your number one goal, don't jump off sides. That time, Alfred trying to get the jump to get in there, block the field goal.
It makes it senseless. He's right over the ball. He can see the ball.
So the confident Packers spurring the 3 to go for 7. The give to Levens. Levens from the outside. Braxton makes the tackle at the 15. No gain.
Well, the one thing you're seeing with this Denver defense, what it's built on and why it's working so far today is speed. Tyrone Braxton, he's on the inside. Watch him. Here he comes in your picture. Beats the block of William Henderson, the fullback, gets out and makes the tackles.
This is what they want to get Dorsey Levens to do. They want him to run left and right. They don't want to give him a shot coming up the field like they do Terrell Davis. They want to get him moving. As long as he's moving, he's less powerful.
He's had a big game, Braxton. 32, now 33-year-old veteran. Incomplete, and for the first time, Freeman, as he's hit by Crockett, unable to make the tough catch. He's been pulling in receptions and traffic the entire game.
Well, we wondered coming in the game, how would Denver play defense? They've been aggressive all year long. Today they're doing it again. Steve Atwater times the blitz. Perfect time, and he comes in. Nobody blocking him. This time, Smart jumps and knocks the ball down.
So Atwater deflecting the ball and ruining the pass plans of Favre. Now this is where Brett Favre has been so brilliant throughout the past 3 years. 3rd and long, getting the first down or more. Flag down, and Adam Timmerman, the right guard, may be a false start.
Before the snap, false start by the offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, it's still 3rd down.
Here's the right guard, Timmerman. Now just watch him. As soon as he moves, now Winter's making some sense. He
caught himself, though. Good balance.
He did. He's got great balance, got good heels.
3rd and 15, so Denver D is tightening. 5 plays for the Packers on this drive and only 6 yards. Braxton coming up north, and another whistle before the play. Usually that's against the offense. Frank Winters, the snapper, might have moved the ball.
False start, snap infraction by the offensive center. Double clutch. 5-yard penalty, it's still 3rd down.
The old double clutch.
Now they move it back to the 25-yard line.
You know, Frank Winters, the center, number 52. Brett Favre, we saw a little piece before the game. Sometimes if Brett Favre throws the ball down the field and throws it to the wrong guy, Frank Winters says, you know, Brett, you got to throw it to the open guy. I wonder if Brett got in the huddle this time. He's Frank, how about on the right snap count?
So 20 yards for a first down from the 25. The give to Levens, and Levens finds some daylight and is all the way to the 9-yard line before they tackle him. It'll be short of the first down, but a big pickup of nearly 20 yards. So Ryan Longwell, who has already kicked a 39-yard field goal, but there was a penalty on the play, and Green Bay decided to go for the touchdown. Now Longwell will get a closer shot. This one will be from about 27 yards. To tie the game. And he's got it. 17-17. Terrell Davis, first play of the second half, the fumble leads to a Green Bay field goal.
That was a tough 17 apiece. It's all getting very interesting. And Marv, you said that a lot in the second half would depend on the return of Terrell Davis. You didn't think that would happen?
A lot did.
Packers are about to kick off and give the Broncos back the ball.
Longwell kicks it again, same spot, 10-yard line. Don Hebron up the sidelines, 25, and hit at the 27, 28-yard line. Let's go back to a missed opportunity by Steve Atwater that would have denied Green Bay the field goal.
When you look at this, at Atwater missing this ball, you can consider this a turnover, Dick. I mean, he has the ball. They get the ball back, and the ball goes through his hands. And when you look down the sideline, Phil said before we went to break that they were all on the blitz, so there was nobody to the outside. He might have been able to score.
Well, he's not paid for catching so much as he is for making big hits. In fact, Atwater had only 2 interceptions this year. And is out to the 34-yard line before Bernardo Harris can make the tackle.
What I noticed about the Denver offensive line, once they make contact with the defensive lineman of Green Bay, look at this. You just can't get away from the blockers. That enables Terrell Davis to get through the hole. And again, the linebackers making the tackles around the ankles, preventing the big play.
Second down, Davis again. Picking his hole, and as he hit hard at the 35-yard line by Gilbert Brown. You could hear that one throughout the stadium.
Well, Neyland's been handling Gilbert Brown most of this ball game, and this time Gilbert Brown is not going to be denied. Number 93, watch this. There's a double team. Watch it. Bam! Right through the double team.
Well, Gilbert Brown had some problems the first half. Neyland doing a pretty good job on him. 66 Neyland going to the Pro Bowl. They run him wide. And on the goal line, knock Gilbert Brown off the ball. That is no mean feat. So third down and 2. Elway, lots of time. No one open. Gonna have to throw it away. Threw it into coverage, incomplete. Tyrone Williams was all over Rod Smith.
Well, this play, we saw the Denver Broncos work on this in practice many times. They were hoping to get Shannon Sharp open down the field. He was well covered, and John Elway, he does something a veteran quarterback should not do. He throws a desperation pass that's almost picked off.
Elway only 5 for 10 in the game, just 27 yards passing. Robert Brooks drifts back to his 20. Tom Ruin, who kicked for the University of Colorado. Had a 47-yard punt, his only kick of the opening half. Short. Not a good kick, but it takes a Denver bounce and is down inside the 25-yard line by Dedrick Dodge. Timeout, 17-17.
Who get in aren't content with just seeing the Super Bowl live. They want to see it on television as well, and in a certain section of the stands, they can.
Yeah, what we got here is like the new choice seat. It's only in like a couple selected seats. Unfortunately, I got a Super Bowl seat right here. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. I get the commercials, I get the game, and then when I see a cool play like this, I mean, all I have to do is I hit replay right there. It's going to show from different camera angles what's going on. And it shows right near, you know, there's the running, I mean, there's the wide receiver coming across, and then it'll show the play like that. I can pick up, I want to know what's going on with the drive. The last one was 6 yards, it was a run, and I can see, you know, how the rushing's going, how much of a rush we got going here, the pass protection, and then I can go if I want for the total game drive, or how they're doing for the game. It compares the statistics back and forth. It's great. Also, I can pull this away, the screen across. And right now, I was just looking up to see all the people in the Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame, and it goes through alphabetically who's in it, and then I still get the game up in the corner of the screen, which is pretty cool. I can get statistics and everything.
And once you can order beer and hot dogs from it, it'll take over the world. Kevin, what do you think about that? You can see the game live and throw things at the television set.
That's crazy. The technology that they have nowadays is really interesting.
He sees everything but the game itself, the real game.
Too busy looking at the television set. Now, Marv, the Denver Broncos are running the...
Terrell Davis was blocking on Reggie White, of all people. So Elway tried to throw the ball quick. It didn't happen.
All right, let's go back to the action. Packers in possession.
His best running has come in the second half. Most of this year, Hasselbeck makes the tackle. Levin's first halves of games in the postseason, 67 yards. Then he runs it up to 159 and a couple of touchdowns in the second half. This big, sturdy 230-pounder wears down those defenses. Likes to run it right up the middle, as you can see. 82 yards thus far. 2nd and 6. Evans again cuts back. Pushes to the 33-yard line. Let's go to Randy Cross.
Thank you, Dick. You know, Brett Favre is the best quarterback in the NFL right now because he's the best when he has to be the best. And so far today on 3rd down, he is having a good day. 5 of 5 so far. All completions, 1 touchdown in that, and 4 first downs. That's it from here, Dick. Back to you.
Okay, Randy, and that's certainly living up to his esteemed reputation. 3rd down, doesn't matter. 3rd and 25, somehow he makes a play. That's why he is the MVP for the 3rd consecutive year. He throws behind his receiver this time, incomplete. So the Denver defense and the Green Bay defense playing very tough the first couple of possessions of this half.
And what's happening, I'm watching Brett Favre, and he's very confused underneath center. He's changing plays. That time he's expecting just man coverage on the outside. Denver at the last second drops back. They got him double covered. There's nowhere to throw the football.
We saw Greg Robinson, how happy the defensive coordinator was with that effort. Hentrick to punt. Darian Gordon. Denver would love to see him get a chance. Oh, very high. What a kick. Gordon back to his 15. And they got him at the 14.
Travis Jervey
from the Citadel, 54 yards on the kick and no return. He's on his way to the Pro Bowl, Jervey. There is a flag on the play, however, back at the line of scrimmage.
Offsides on Denver is the
Now let's wait for referee Hockley. If it's offside Denver, it was 4th and 4. That'd be a first down.
Offsides by the defense, number 32, lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined. Denver keeps the ball, first down.
Wow. Wow. That was a first down if they take the penalty.
There it is on the line of scrimmage. I mean, you really got to pay attention on special teams. Now,
correction.
Yeah, I would.
Accepting the penalty will result in a first down. Green Bay accepts the 5-yard penalty, offsides, first down.
You know, you really have to be aware of where you are. I'm telling you, on the football field, you look down the line of scrimmage, these are dumb mistakes. We had Alfred Williams offside on a field goal, but only got a field goal out of it afterwards.
Paul, we always said all year long, if you make a mistake before the ball is snapped,
that's a mental mistake.
Yeah, that is a mental mistake. That's a dumb penalty. Those are the things that always drive the coaches. They drive them crazy. You work on this constantly to line up offsides in 4th and 4. It's hard to forgive it.
But you see Holmgren looking like, who refused that? I'll kill him.
First down for the Packers at the 38. Dangerous business when you give Favre all the extra chances. And Dorsey Levens straight ahead again to the 41-yard line to pick up about 3.5 trailer, and Aldridge make the stop.
Bill Romanowski, he's going crazy here on this play. He wants some, I guess the tight end, he thinks he moved in front of him. He wants the flag thrown. He's the only one that saw it.
The fans watching on the Giants scoreboard saw that replay, and a little slap by Romo was been fined some $27,000 this year for a bad hit and the spitting violation in San Francisco. Favre on the roll. Incomplete off of the field of play. Robert Brooks, the closest white jersey. Ray Crockett covering.
You know, Dick, what is your impression of Romanowski when you sit there and talk to him? We talked to him the other day for about a half an hour. He's just so low-keyed about, and everything is so a matter of fact.
Yeah, but he talked, you know, I think we're going to really play hard. He's got that kind of voice, and those eyes are so big.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived by that smile.
Well, it's like Bill Cowher told us before the AFC Championship game. He says, Bill Romanowski, he has all the moves. And he means he knows how to hold and not get caught. All the things that enable him to do his job a little better.
Would you want him on your team?
Absolutely.
Third down for Favre. Throws under pressure. Incomplete. Intended for Brooks. Crockett on the coverage. Favre, just as he threw, was hit.
Well, Brett Favre, again, never sees the blitz. It's from his backside. And if he has to hold the ball just a little bit longer, watch Steve Atwater. Just a little bit late getting started on the snap of the ball. Otherwise, he's going to hit Brett Favre before he throws it and cause a fumble.
Atwater kind and pulling up on Favre. Had a clean shot. So Gordon again back at his 15 as Hentrick, who drilled that 54-yarder last time, sends his right foot into it. Another beautiful high kick, a little shorter. Faircats Gordon and fumbles the ball. And now in trouble at the 1-yard line. He's tackled. The flag is down again. Chris Darkins, the rookie from Minnesota, made the tackle along with Travis Jervey. And the flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Randy Hilliard and Travis Jervey really are getting into it.
Jervy voted the best special teamer, goes to the Pro Bowl for the NFC, and this one, illegal man downfield against Green Bay.
So what was, Mike Holmgren told us a quick story about Travis Jervy.
Jervy goes in his third year. First of all, he's a real character.
A member of the kicking team, the center, was inelligibly downfield before the ball was kicked. It's a 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down. It's number 60.
So Jervy, the announcement's made, goes to the Pro Bowl. Quite an honor. He comes to practice. He is beat, red, crimson.
Oh.
And he says, "What happened to you?" He said, "Well, I went out and rented me one of those tanning tubs, and I fell asleep." He said, "I didn't want to go to Honolulu."
Now wait, where did he go to school?
The
Citadel.
Oh.
What did Holmgren say? I met 2 guys
From the Citadel.
McGuire and Jervy, and they're from the Citadel. What does that tell you about that school?
Well, he broke all your violation records there. Rod Smith now goes back after Gordon had trouble fielding the last punt. And another good high kick by Hendrick. Bearcat Smith at the 13. And a flag down.
Improper signal for the fair catch.
So Smith, who has not been used much as a kick returner this year, Gordon, that's been his specialty, and unfamiliar, perhaps has forgotten the proper signal.
Just have to put your hand up over your head. That's not too hard, is it?
51-yard kick, Hendrick.
Here we go.
Inbound fair catch signal by a member of the kicking team, number 80. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Denver keeps the ball, 1st down.
He was fair game.
Watch this. Watch his hand. Watch how quick it goes up. That. Now, I don't understand that. That is, to me, that's proper.
17-17 in the 3rd.
Oh, it's a great game, and for a change, I'm glad to see that, because usually the Super Bowl is one-sided. This is good so far. Thanks very much.
That emotion. I'm not sure about that referee's call, though. Seemed like a fair catch to me, but they've installed the penalty, and so the Denver Broncos start from their 8 with an incompletion from John Elway. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Broncos' own 8-yard line as we rejoin it.
Finding any open targets.
Well, there's nobody open down the field, and this time Ed McCaffrey coming across the middle. John Elway, the one thing you got to do as a quarterback when you throw across the middle, look in front of the receiver. Watch Leroy Butler come into the screen. It's a good thing that ball went past Ed McCaffrey.
Denver, first half, great starts of their drive, but not the second half, and Elway has yet to complete a pass to his wide receiver. 5 completions, and there is it's Shannon Sharpe, the tight end, with a sliding catch, and Sharpe near a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game.
Well, Shannon Sharpe, they love to split him out, get him away from all the traffic inside sometimes. This time he's covered by a corner. Tyrone Williams, that's what Shannon Sharpe likes to do. Come down, put his hands on the defender, go inside and get open.
Shannon Sharpe.
And talk.
Yeah, he talked to him. He actually practices, admits he goes in front of the mirror 20 minutes, practices interviews. He wants to make sure he's got the good answers.
It's working.
3rd and short. And Terrell Davis skids out to the 20 and a 1st down. And that's the initial 1st down of the second half for the Denver Broncos.
This play is a classic example of how good their offensive line is and how much confidence they have in it. Everybody on Green Bay knows that Terrell Davis is going to carry the ball. Look at the blocking at the point of attack. Now that is just outstanding. T-Bone Brown gets Reggie White turned, 1st down.
And that is only the 2nd Denver 1st down since the 1st quarter. Davis now has rushed more and gained more yards than anyone in NFL history in a season. That's regular season and playoffs. He just broke John Riggins for the most carries in a season, broke Eric Dickerson most yards in a season, regular and playoffs. Davis again gets the call on 1st down. Now 83 yards in the game. And this is a combining regular and playoffs. John Riggins in 83. And remember, Riggo capped off that great year in the Super Bowl as he had the winning touchdown against Miami. Game played at the Rose Bowl. 2nd and Gets another tackle and outside for a first down at the 31-yard line. Doug Evans finally drags him down.
Well, Terrell Davis, one thing he's done all year long, talking to Fritz Sherman, the defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers, he says if this offensive line of Denver's, if they make a hole, he always finds it. And you think he's not thinking about that fumble, the first carry of the second half? When there's somebody even in the vicinity, he's putting both arms around that football.
There they call him the old rattler, Fritz Shermer.
Yeah, the old rattler. He lost one of his fangs, all the players said. So he's
well, what a coach. Play action Elway. Fires deep down the middle. Open is McCaffrey. And a first down inside the 35. Finally, to a wide receiver, and it's a big one, 36 yards.
Well, this time, Denver, good job of scripting a play that works. Ed McCaffrey just comes right down the middle of the zone between this defender and the corner outside. John Elway, play action fake, looks to the left, creates the big hole to the right, keeps the safety out of the way, and Ed McCaffrey makes sure of the catch.
Look at the difference. So he has a throwing lane. The offensive line is blocking where it all starts there, and if he has time, he's going to find an open man.
McCaffrey played at Stanford. Davis, quick hitter up the middle. Gains down to the 27-yard line and is now 2 yards away from the century mark. Terrell Davis.
As Phil Sims talked about before, watch the explosion. Explosion by Terrell Davis. Bam, he gets the ball. He's got both hands on it. Look at the hole in the middle of that line.
You see, Paul, again, the Denver offensive linemen, when they're making contact right now with the Green Bay defensive line, Green Bay cannot get off the blocks. They're letting Terrell Davis get to the line of scrimmage and barrel through for those extra yards.
Boy, does Elway like those numbers. A running back gaining 100 a game in the postseason. The completion is to McCaffrey and a first down at the Green Bay 16. 9 on the play.
Does McCaffrey take unusual hits, or does he just make it look like it's unusual?
Well, Ed McCaffrey, they got a nickname for him out in Denver, the media does. They call him the Bruise, because after games, he just has a way of taking a lot of hits, but after games, he takes his jersey off, and of course, there's all these marks on his body, and they're bruises, and they could swear there's a tattoo right on his ribs that says, insert the helmet here. So,
former New York Giant, receiver with Phil Sims, played with the 49ers and Steve Young. Skids into the 14-yard line, a pickup of 2. Brian Williams made the stop. You're just joining us. Super Bowl 32 is tied at 17. We're in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining.
Gilbert Brown's engine's about to run out. Gilbert is having a tough time getting up the field and off the field.
Go ahead, Paul, get a look at Gilbert Brown, number 93, inside.
All right, there's Dalen blocking. Look at they just cut him. Habib comes in, number 75, and just cuts him at the legs.
That's what they want to do when the play goes away. The backside guy just cut Gilbert Brown. Don't try to push him around.
On second down, Davis having trouble hearing the change of play by Elway. It's to Davis, and Davis gets very little. Good defensive charge by the Packers with Gilbert Brown in on that stop, and good support from the linebacker. Davis now 102 yards in this Super Bowl 32, and that's without playing in the second quarter. A mild concussion.
Well, so many people wondered coming in this game. They talk about the matchups, and everybody says, do you really think Denver can run the ball in Green Bay? And my answer always is, they've run it every single game this year. Why would the Super Bowl be any different?
Good point.
11th play of this drive that started back at the Bronco 8. 3rd and 6, Elway shotgun. Almost offside, but the Packers got back on. Elway scrambling, looking, running, diving inside the 5-yard line for a first down. Is he only 37?
How important is this football game? How bad does John Elway want to win this football game? When you see that quarterbacks go down, not Elway.
Watch John Elway. He does a good job. He steps up. Watch him look to the sideline here. He knows where he's got to go for the first down. The only way he's going to get there is to sell out. He does it and protects the football.
3 Packers simultaneously sandwich and cartwheel Elway. It's first and goal. Elway with 4 rushes for 18 yards, and of course, in his early days, one of the great quarterback scramblers. We told you has run the football more than any quarterback in history. of Elway. First and goal.
Welcome back to San Diego. There's 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Denver Broncos have the ball with a 1st and 4 after that fighting John Elway run.
Green Bay timeout, so they have only 2 left. Second half, 12th play of the drive from the 4. Davis driving close to the 1-yard line. Down low, Bernardo Harris to make the tackle. As the clock ticks inside a minute in the third quarter. 27-yard passings first half at 53 in this drive. The big ones to Ed McCaffrey.
And the biggest thing John Elway has done so far today, he's managed the game very well, but his 3 runs picking up timely first downs and 1 for a touchdown.
This drive over 7 minutes as Davis touchdown.
Phil, this just shows you the power of Terrell Davis. It's Bernardo Harris that's on his back when he decides to take him into the end zone with him. Number 55 is Bernardo Harris. Look at this. He hits him there at the 1. Terrell Davis into the end zone with him.
Just give Terrell Davis a little hope. A little hope, and he makes a lot out of it.
106 yards and 2 touchdowns for Terrell Davis. And his high school number retired here in San Diego this week. Elam kicks the extra point, and it's been a long time since an AFC team has led this late in a Super Bowl. John Elway knows it. He's lost 3 times here. Neil Smith knows it. It's his first chance. 24-17.
Denver have a 7-point lead, and it seems the further you pin them back, the better they play. Green Bay with a 95-yard drive. The Broncos with a 92-yard drive.
That was a masterful drive. Of course, they featured Terrell Davis, but a couple of key passes along the way. And Green Bay appears to be tired. Here's Terrell on a cutback. He bounces off. Great balance, which is the mark of all good running backs.
But as you say, Elway, who'd come into this half without a pass completed to any of his wide receivers, had a couple of key ones to Ed McCaffrey.
They sure were. Here's one where he hits McCaffrey down the seam, the middle safe. No, he's hitting McCaffrey on a crossing route here. I take that back along the way, but he moved the chains by hitting McCaffrey, a very dependable receiver.
You're right, of course, the one before that, the big completion down the seam. But Kevin, here's a play for you to talk about, a fighting first down from Elway running.
You gotta like this. I mean, obviously John Elway is laying everything out. He's throwing his body to the 4 winds here and accepts whatever happens to him. He's going for the first down.
He's almost willing the team down the field, it seems, Mark.
Yes, he is. He's thriving on it. He seems to be enjoying it, and of course, momentum follows that.
Now, the news from the sideline is that Terrell Davis didn't have a concussion. He had a migraine, which is something he suffered a lot from in his rookie year. If he's got a migraine, I'm sure Mike Shanahan would like to see him suffer from a few more.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to keep running. I mean, everybody's a little nicked up right there on both sides of the ball. Everybody's feeling a little sore. But, hey, this is a physical football game. You can hear the snapping and popping all the way up here. They're getting after it.
And they punched it in with Terrell Davis when they got down there, Mark.
They did, two consecutive carries. And this guy is a workhorse. He's over 100 and didn't really play in the second quarter. As I mentioned, if they can enter the fourth quarter with a lead, you're going to see him get the ball a lot more times.
Trying to run out the clock. All right, 34 seconds left in the third quarter. The Packers will get the ball on the kickoff to try and level the game.
Elam to Antonio Freeman. Fires the ball, and Denver recovers at the 22. And look at the Broncos sideline. Tim McKyer, frequent flyer McKyer, who has a couple of Super Bowl rings early in his career in San Francisco, recovers the ball.
What happens? Antonio Freeman, he's returning the kick. It's supposed to go up the middle. There's nothing there. He breaks to his left. There's no blocking over there. The ball's in his right hand to the defender. When he gets hit, that's one of the reasons why he fumbles.
Elway watches Tony Beelan, the first-year defensive back from Nebraska, make the hit, and Micaiah recovered the fumble at the Green Bay 22. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Fake to Davis. Elway fires to the end zone. Intercepted by Green Bay. Robinson going to take it out. Was he down by contact? No, apparently returns to the 15-yard line, runs over an official in the process, and just like that, Green Bay makes the big play.
John Elway on the play. They're going for the score. They're going for the kill. He takes a chance. Eugene Robinson's back in the middle of the field. The play action fake. Elway looks left. When he looks back to the right, a good move by Rod Smith, but Eugene Robinson read the quarterback, makes the break, and gets the interception.
Eugene Robinson, who has made a great career out of picking off opposing quarterbacks on the season, had only one this year, but has 49 in his great career. Out free agent out of Colgate, is the leading active interceptor, a leader of this team. Man who walked on in college, 160 pounds at Colgate. And he's picked off Elway 4 times. Of course, many of those came while he was starring in the defensive backfield of the Seattle Seahawks.
He did not go for the fake by Elway's eyes to the left. He stayed where he was supposed to.
Now it's Favre. He unloads down the middle. Complete. Freeman in open territory. Out of bounds at the 40. Oh, it's a tough game. 2 seconds left in the third period. They'll wind those off, and that's how this quarter will end.
Well, they got him in a blitz again, Phil, and it's man-to-man coverage on the outside. You just take it. Look at Antonio Freeman comes underneath. Watch at the end of this play, though. Watch Chimura come in. Bam! Right here. Hello.
Oh, my. We go to the fourth quarter. 24-17 Denver. Will be back after these messages from your local station.
Come on, Cole! 24-17, but they have the ball on their 42-yard line to start the fourth quarter.
On the kickoff return, but intercepted by the KG Eugene Robinson. We open the fourth quarter, 24-17 Broncos. Favre first down at his own 42. Pump fake and the long throw. And that should be, and here's called interference at the Denver 35-yard line. Robert Brooks. Darian Gordon was there too soon.
Is this one of those plays, Phil, that we saw during the course of the year where it's thrown short, or it wasn't on purpose?
No, he wasn't trying to do that on purpose. He was trying to lead it out. Doesn't make a great throw, but...
Pass interference by the defense, number 23. Automatic first down.
But what happens under underthrows? The defender, they're trying to run full speed down the field with the wide receiver, Darian Gordon, and then when the receiver turns around, it's hard for Darian Gordon to stop and find the ball. That's what makes him create the penalty.
They mark it at the 33, a 25-yard penalty. Is Favre fires to this side, complete to Brooks, tackled immediately by Ray Crockett, a 3-yard loss.
Well, I could hear him changing the plays because he was saying black, and that's their live color for this game, and every time he yells that, they're trying to get rid of the play they have at the line of scrimmage.
You know when it's really a good indication for me is when Henderson, the fullback, lines up in a position, then he moves someplace else. I think it's a good indication.
It's always a dead giveaway. You can't audible in this league without giving it away to the defense.
Give Brooks a 3-yard gain on the pass reception. Second down and 7. Favre wide open to the middle, and the first down at the 14-yard line is Antonio Freeman. Again, a punishing tackle, hangs onto the ball. Atwater drills him.
Well, Darian Gordon fell down.
What happens this time? The Denver Broncos, they come on the blitz inside. It's picked up. And again, anytime you blitz, look at all the people come inside. Look at all that area underneath. There's no defenders underneath the wide receivers. Brett Favre sees it, throws a strike in there.
Freeman, 7 catches, 107 yards. First down at the 13. Favre to the end zone. Touchdown! It's Antonio Freeman. second touchdown of the game. His third in 2 Super Bowls, 13 yards, and this game is 1 extra point away from being tied again.
Boy, you know, when I looked at that, you talk about open. I mean, there was just no competition at all.
Boy, they really picked on Darian Gordon on that series. Longwell adds the extra point. It's 24-24. Brett Favre to his favorite target, Antonio Freeman. It's even again.
24 apiece. Don't be going to bed now. And a bizarre sequence of events there, starting with Antonio Freeman's fumble on the kickoff.
Denver had just scored, go ahead by 7 points. Freeman brings it back. As you see, it was a good high kick, by the way. And he sort of leaves his blocking, runs wide. And there, Tony Veland sticks his helmet in and knocks that ball out. But Denver doesn't capitalize. My gosh. And Antonio Freeman's going to do a lot to redeem himself after that fumble.
Now, Marv, the last 2 turnovers they forced out of the Packers, the Broncos have gone for the jugular right away.
They have, and they haven't succeeded, but it's certainly not bad tactics or strategy. Sometimes you get one big play and you compound it with another while the other team has their chin on the chest, and you can really apply the coup de grace.
Kevin, Eugene Robinson came up with a big interception against the 49ers in the championship game, comes up with another big one here.
This was huge, too, because if Denver would have gone down and hammered this home for another 7, they would have been up 14 points going into the 4th quarter. And this is just another way a turnover just really affects a game.
And Marv, you said Antonio Freeman redeemed himself. They love that crossing pattern, don't they?
They love the crossing pattern to him. When there's a blitz, there's not a lot left in the middle to cover those things. Your linebackers are committed, and once he catches it, there's a lot of running room. He gets a nice block by Mark Chmura. We barely see at the top of our screen there, too.
And then again, so far, what are you expecting from the 4th quarter, Kevin?
I think Denver's going to come out and still try to run the ball and mix it up with some pass.
And it looks like they're going to have it at about their own 21-yard line to start out.
It's man coverage on the outside. They call this scissors. The receivers go down. They cross each other. Looks like a pair of scissors. Denver gets caught in the swap. Wide open for the touchdown, Antonio Freeman.
Could have thrown either one of them, Brooks or him.
And don't forget, that drive started after Eugene Robinson denied Elway. The Broncos had scored a touchdown, recovered the fumble on the ensuing kickoff, only to have Robinson pick off Elway in the end zone. Well, back comes the 15-year veteran from Stanford, Elway. Terrell Davis to the 25-yard line, and a flag down, a gain of 3. Harris and Williams made the stop. Holding against the Broncos. That'll take them back to the 12-yard line.
Holding by the offense, number 75, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Brian Habib, veteran right guard.
Brian Habib, the right guard. They're going left. He's probably trying to get a cutoff block on Gilbert Brown. And he sticks his hand up, and I guess that's the hold.
Boy, that is a terrible call. I mean,
thank you, Paul.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Considering there hasn't been a holding call in the whole game, there must have been worse than that. So first down and 20. Elway, the shotgun gets to Davis on a draw. John Dockery has a report.
You know, Dick, this game, the Packer defense is like a heavyweight fighter on the ropes. They're looking for healthy bodies to throw in on the defensive lines. You know that Gabe Wilkins is out with a left knee problem. His replacement, Darius Holland, has a right ankle heavily taped. Reggie White, any number of times, is asked to come out of the game. And Gilbert Brown, the big man, was sucking wind along the sidelines after that last series. So they're hurting up front on the defensive line.
But they have Denver at second down 17 deep in their own end. Elway steps up, throws, complete, short yardage to Davis. Hangs on at the 18-yard line. Robinson racing up to hit him with a big tackle.
Eugene Robinson is just everywhere. Eugene Robinson is a safety, folks. And watch this. Terrell Davis is going to come out of the backfield. Elway has no place to go. So when he dumps it, as soon as he does, watch number 41. Right there to make the play.
give progress to the 19. Eugene Robinson, very bright, was an academic scholar at Colgate, plays the sax, although his teammates say sounds like killing chickens. Third down and 13. Elway going deep for Willie Green. Intercept and then dropped. No interception, dropped by Darren Sharper, the rookie from William and Mary, who had a solid first season with the Packers, had a couple of picks.
You would think Darren Sharper, a rookie on the outside against Willie Green, this would be a good matchup for the Denver Broncos, but they love this guy corner. He has the speed, the size, and he just has those good instincts to find the football. And Fritz Shermer says he just happens to be one of these guys where the football seems to find him to let him make the plays. And Willie Green, even though that's a penalty, that's a good play trying to prevent the interception.
You know, Sharper was injured from just an outstanding athletic family. His brother Jamie, a linebacker who played at Virginia, was a #2 pick of the Baltimore Ravens and played some solid football for them this year. And here's Sharper, who was also picked in the second round, contributing to the defending Super Bowl champs at Green Bay.
Well, Willie Green just grabbed him by the head and pulled him around, and Sharper landed on his face.
Says he's okay. He was 2 times Division I AA All-America at William and Mary.
They're always looking for corners in the NFL, but when you can find one, they thought maybe he'd be a safety because you can see the size of him. But when you're that big and you're able to go outside and defend against wide receivers, that is an added plus in the NFL.
Well, that mystery holding penalty, however, plays a very important role in Denver's inability to move the ball, so Ruin in the punt with Robert Brooks back inside the Packer 40. 11 minutes, 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another short hit from the Green Bay bounce and down at the 48-yard line. Ruin didn't hit that at all. 33 yards.
Position of the game. They'll be starting out at the 48-yard line after a terrible punt by the Broncos' Tom Ruin.
Do that. You can't get full extension to your leg. He almost missed the ball.
A break for the Packers. Short kick at the 48. The game is tied at 24. 11:23 left. Favre swings it. Levens. Close to a first down as he's run out at the 42-yard line by Alfred Williams and Darian Gordon. Randy?
Thank you, Dick. Let's take a look at what Brett Favre is doing with his football today, passing. You know, coming into this game, you said, hey, Elway's going to be after one to fill this air with footballs. Well, so far, Brett Favre is getting these balls all over the place. He's completed 19 passes. Here's the completions, the touchdowns. You get the incompletions zapping in here next. They're going to win this ball in the air and on the right side. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Randy. Favre has had a solid game as he has all season long. 204 yards and 3 touchdowns. First down at the Denver 42. Fake to Levens. The throw. Incomplete. One of the few that he has misfired. Favre doesn't miss many. He overshot Freeman.
Well, look at it. Freeman's laughing. Favre's hitting himself in the head because he knows he's got him wide open, and Favre knows it's his fault, not Antonio Freeman's fault. Watch Favre. My fault. Uh-oh,
You know, Brett Favre, after he throws the ball, he has a lot of yards after throw. And he's one of he likes a lot of body English, and he laughs about it. He says, in practice, I never do it. I stand there nice and relax and throw it. Well, Denver, third and long situations. They're trying to send more people than Green Bay can pick up. Watch the blitz coming from inside. Here comes Darian Gordon. He's untouched. Brett Favre buys the extra time, really anticipates across the field, and it takes a terrific play by Steve Atwater to stop the touchdown.
You see what Henderson did? I'm sorry, Dick. He reaches out and grabbed Gordon by the arm.
10:18 left, and Gordon back as Henfrey sends up a high floater. And Gordon fair catches at the 17-yard line. So the Broncos have the ball. 10 minutes and change remaining in the fourth.
This pretty neat.